I'm Elsie.
And I'm Debbie.
And we're two sisters Southern cooking. Hey y'all. We are making chicken pot pie today.
Oh, wow.
I've been looking forward to this for a week now. So most of the prep work will be done at the stove, so follow us to the stove. I think once the stove portion's done, we'll come in here and we'll assemble it in here.
Okay, in the meantime, I'm going to put at least one of them inside of here. So we'll have that ready to go, and all we have to do is pour our ingredients in here, and then we'll just top it off with another one of the puff pastries. So we're trying to give you some good steps that will be delicious but easy also. All right, follow us to the stove. So I'm going to go ahead and just separate this chicken here, because I'm going to shred it up. It's really hot, so I don't want to touch it. So that chicken paste and the milk kind of caused it to have a little bit of almost like a, I don't know what to describe that as. It's almost like a scrambled egg look. But I'm gonna go ahead and just kind of like dab it off when I get done with this part, so we don't have that going into our chicken pot pie. And I also got our crust ready. Look at this. Isn't this pretty? So I sprayed our pan with a cooking spray, and then I took the room temperature puff pastry and put it in there. So, all right, so the next step will be what we're doing on the stove.
All right, y'all. This has actually cooked for 8 minutes until they were tender. I'm gonna add in my chicken broth. And then I'm going to add in my flour. And I'll add in my seasoning. That smells so good. So you're going to save your liquid from what you cooked your chicken in, and you're going to put it into your veggies right now. You're going to do half of it and then allow it to cook a little bit, and then you're going to add the other half with cheese. So we have a cup of grated parmesan that we're going to add in here. And that is a secret ingredient right there, because you're not expecting there to be some kind of a sharp cheese in there. Give it a little bit of extra flavor. So we're adding in about another cup of chicken broth just to be able to help thicken up this roux, because we want this roux to be creamy. And once this is incorporated, we're going to put the cheese in, let it melt, and then we're going to add in our peas and our chicken.
When you are making roux, you are doing a fine balancing act of trying to thin out your liquid so you can make your roux more creamy. Well, we ended up adding 2 2/3 cups of chicken stock because we added some and then we put the cheese in, our surprise ingredient, the Parmesan cheese. And that made it dry again. So we had to add in more liquid in order to thin it out so it could be more creamy. You want it to melt. You want it to absorb all these yummy ingredients. And we ended up adding in our canned peas, which are drained, and our chicken. And at that point, we were almost to the point of being concerned that it was going to be too dry when we added in the peas and the chicken. So we added in a little bit more of our chicken stock. And we removed it from the stove at that time before it became dried out because we wanted it to be creamy.
Okay, I think we're good.
All right, we are putting our mixture into our cast iron skillet here. Spread it out, and then we'll put our top on.
Okay. Ooh, that looks so good, y'all. Okay, y'all, so this here is your puff pastry. So I'm just going to spread it out a little bit here so it fits a little bit better on the top of our cast iron. So y'all saw me earlier after we had gotten the cast iron prepared. We had sprayed it with the cooking spray, and then we put the puff pastry inside of it. So got it all ready to go. But all right, you ready? It's gonna take both of us here to get this up. Okay. Put it over here. Bring it over here. I'm going to get a little egg wash, put on top of it. We're going to put a little vent in the top here so it has room to for all that steam to escape. And we're going to bake this in the oven, and we'll show you what it looks like when it's done. I'll be right back to put the egg wash on. Hey y'all, I'm back. Talk about a recipe for disaster. Elsie and I always underestimate ourselves when we're getting our bowls and our containers that we bake in or cook in, because we think that we're cooking for less and we're actually not. So I went ahead and just pressed up the dough up to the sides of this here, and I'm just going to go ahead and slice a little bit of a vent here in the top. I'm just going to do a couple of them across the top here, and then I'm going to do the egg wash. Now it's 1 egg, and I put in probably maybe a little bit of water, like a 1-to-1. So that's about maybe a 1/4 cup of water to 1 egg.
I'm telling you, the cheese in this makes this recipe. It's a secret ingredient that nobody puts in their chicken pot pie. I'm telling you, it's good, y'all. We're going to bake this at 350. I think it's going to end up being about 25 minutes or so. I'll make sure it's in the description box of how long it takes us. Alright, the egg wash is done. We're going to go ahead and make sure these slits are open because we want it to be able to bubble out. We don't want anything causing this to have any issues in there. Alright guys, we'll show you what it looks like when it's done, and we will see you in our next video. You have a blessed day.
I'm Elsie.
And I'm Debbie.
And we're
Two Sisters Southern Cooking. Please like, share, and subscribe.
Thank you.